How's it? Today is Wednesday, November 2nd. I am doing my usual 3 kilo increase for the lifts today. Again, it's that slow negative back squat with the two normal speed back squats. Doing like 10 total sets, counting this warm up here. So there's like 7 top sets at 120, which is 3 kilos up from last week. Um, Last week I mentioned that it was starting to get a little bit challenging. Similar thing is true, of course. I went up in weight today, and I don't imagine this can last for forever. But I think I'll be okay for the next 3 weeks should I increase for the 3 kilos each week moving forward. It's not super hard yet, but it is definitely getting to that point where I do need to take a little bit longer rest in between. I do need to think about what I'm doing more deliberately. I think another thing that's been giving me a little bit of issues is my left hip has been tight for some reason. I don't usually think it's too big of a thing to mention, but I've it's getting worse here and there for different situations. Specifically with my back squats, they don't feel super great when I'm warming up. When I'm in my third set here, like they're fine. But when I move into my pulls after the cleans, then I can definitely feel some amount of crunchiness on like the hip where the femur kind of goes into the hip joint, like the acetabular joint, I think is what it's called. I will probably need to, if it doesn't get any better, I will probably need to figure something out, get some stretching going on, make sure I have proper activation of my like lateral hips so that my internal hip isn't really giving me a lot of issues. You see here the speed that I have on this six set is pretty good. So I like I said, it's not super hard. It's not easy though. This is my last set, which is a 1+9 rather than a 1+2. And you can see here I'm getting a little bit out of position. My hips are shooting out back almost immediately, and then my knees kind of track a little bit further inward, which is more akin to how I used to squat. I think that it's been a long time since I've felt the need to push my knees inward. Like I don't actively think about that, but it does happen here and there, and it's starting to happen again. I think it's largely due to it being uh, like tired and kind of fatigued at that point. After that, I moved into my power cleans. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do 105 today for um, 3 triples. I wanted to try just because last week I was able to do that one set, that one weird set where I missed the third rep, and then I told Becca that I was gonna go again, and then she told me not to, but I still did it anyway, and I was still able to do it. So I did like 4. I didn't really miss that third one. I did a full clean on that one, and then I ended up power clean the fourth rep overall. So I wasn't sure what I would be able to do if I was gonna try to do that. Um, but you can see here, my 105s. First rep is okay. My lower back has been giving me a lot of issues today with kind of just picking up the weight, and it definitely did not feel super great. So you see here, I am I'm hurting. Um, it's like an achy pain that I'm just not used to. Again, like the first rep is pretty good. It's pretty solid. And then here I go for this one. At this point, I'm thinking, all right, so I'm just gonna do one power clean with 2 full cleans. So I'm gonna reset here, and as I set up, I don't go for it. This is not a good feeling. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. And then my third set here is just me going for those extra cleans at the end, the full cleans. But like I said, the first rep for each of these is pretty solid. I think that I could be better on technique for my clean, I feel like I'm lazy and I'm sloppy, and that's not something that is conducive to a quality rep, especially for practice. So that's something I always think about here. And that that clean was very labored, and you can see it in my face, in my body language. It's just not good. It's bad, bad, all over. After that, I did 5 sets of 3 for my clean pulls here. I think I talked about it last week, but these are the area for my cleans or my workouts on Wednesdays that I'm just like, this is kind of something that I have to just chore through, like truck through. I think it's truck. We'll say truck. Because I don't think that 115 is very heavy. I don't think that's. I mean, I definitely need the work. I need the strength. I need the volume. I need the intensity on this. But the intensity is not there with 115. And I am just completely gassed at this point. And I still need the overhead press. Um, yeah. So around this time is when Becca gave me a call, and then we FaceTimed, and then I was just not doing well overall. My morale was just completely trashed, but I'm happy she called me. Well, she said I could call her, so FaceTime. And then I moved into my overhead presses, and then like I think halfway through the presses is when she went to go get food. But yeah, I after those pulls, just overhead press, I am looking to repeat what I did last week, or at least do it the way that he wanted me to, which is like 3 sets of 5 at 67, like 3 top sets of 5 at 67. That is just not at all what happens today. Yeah, I do this warm up set, then I go to 60, which I think is normally how I warm up, and then I do a whole set of 5 there because it felt like if I just did one, there's no way I was gonna do 67 for a set of 5. Or if I did like a set of 3 at 60, there's no way I was gonna do a set of 67 at set of 5 at 67. So I just kept it here at 60 for a few extra sets. This is not a good feeling at all, just because it felt like I was gaining a lot of steam behind my presses in the last couple weeks, but today just was not it. It was not it all around. Finished off with dips and then some back extensions. I do need to look at my left hip, kind of giving me some issues at the start position in the hole, like at the bottom for the clean pulls. And then I don't know what's going on with my press. I think my lower back is going to be fine. I think it was just a function of me sitting down for a long time today. So I ended up standing up for like 3 hours towards the end of the shift at the clinic. But yeah, another day in the books. And that's it for it. Thank you for watching. Shoots.